Yeah, so maybe
Samriddhi, a working mom from USA with all the challenges in the world. He joined my one-to-one mentor program and finally he cleared PMP. She took her time, but really she did PMP in just last 6 weeks. When I asked her, okay, to book the exam and to work it into that way. Samriddhi, first of all, congratulations. And let's talk about this thing. How was your exam?
sir, exam was very difficult, and I don't think I got any like questions which were similar, like same, exact same as you had in the mocks. But I would say definitely the mocks are the the learning step for solving the exams in the solving the questions in the exam. Exam, I would say it is very tough, and as you said in one of the videos, like the first section is like a Muhammad Ali, it is very tough. And then, the middle section was the easiest, I would say. I got above target in that. And the last section again was a mix of easy and a little hard questions. The first section also, like the questions were lengthy to read. I was able to get through through the options. Options made a lot of sense, where, two options are always like either. Reach out to the sponsor, escalate it. So those two are never the options to go for. So the out of the other two, we have to change. I also got three or four multiple choosing questions, like where you have to choose two options, three options. So I got three or four questions like that.
Hmm. Okay, that is okay. That is really good. How did you manage time in the exam?
So time was really fine for me. Actually, you said to finish first section by 150 minutes. I finished it in like 168 minutes.
Mhm.
So I first finished that. I don't know. I was reading very quickly, and some of the questions were like so tough that I was not very sure what is the answer. So I just looked at the most appropriate answer, like the options. So I just elimination technique I used, and I just got quickly went through it. And then the second section, I was able to finish it under like 100 minutes. Like, so when I had 100 minutes, I had was left with the last 60 questions, and I was able to finish exam 5 minutes before. Like by 2 minutes, I end the exam whenever like 2 minutes left.
Mm.
So, but I would say like the last two sections, I read each and every questions very slowly and used the elimination technique and did everything. But the first section, I rushed through. I don't know, I should have, but it was somehow like I was very panicking because of the questions were so hard, and I was like, I have to like get through this like quickly so that I don't like, I have time for the next two sections.
Hmm. Okay, so that you have time for the next two section. That's an important thing to put into the context and to look into that way. Okay, putting that into the context, how do you think preparing for PMP or how anyone who is preparing for the PMP, they should go for it? Now you know what's the way and how we can get this thing done. Okay,
Yeah. Yes,
so
sir. So
yeah.
first, it is very important, sir, to listen to your videos, like whatever the classes you take. Then from that, solving those questions, like the first, the questions that are after the each topic that we have, like 50 questions. Those are like the building, the foundation of your knowledge. And then you come to mocks, and sir, like your mocks also like are prepared in such a way that you get such a good and deep understanding of like all the topics that that there are in the PMP. So, and by the time you reach to 180 marks, you are like already like in the zone of like PMP and solving questions. Because earlier I remember when I was not on track with this, and I would join any coaching call, I would be like so scared looking at the questions. But once I was at in the phase, like in like preparing regularly and consistently, and I read 180 marks, I was not at all scared of any questions. I was reading it and answering it very, calmly, and elimination technique and the key points, everything I was keeping in mind, and I was able to come to the right answer. So I think those simulator that you have is like good, and it's very helpful. I think it is one of the best simulators, and the way you told me to like customized my journey based on my timeline, was also amazing, because I was like, how would I finish all these mocks, because there were like so many. But you told me to skip some and to do more, and some things were added, some were removed, so which was helpful for my journey, I would say.
Hmm. That was helpful for your journey. Okay, how a person should prepare for PMP exam apart from that, not you, how the other person should prepare for the PMP exam.
Yeah, so to prepare for the exam, they should definitely, if they're joining really coaching classes, it's amazing to, to start with that. Uh, do whatever like sir has told you to do. Start with reading the or listening to the to the classes, and then going with the questions. As you say, sir, like however you set the journey, you customize the journey. I think everybody can do it. Should spend at least like 4 hours if they want to do it, around like 1 month, I would say, or at least be consistent with whatever they're doing. But then really need to do the lessons, do the mocks, do the questions. Only then you can clear it. Otherwise, it's like it's a really hard exam. It's not easy, I would say.
Hmm. Okay, that's the important thing. Which topics are most important for the exam?
Yeah, sir. So most important, I would say, was like agile. But in agile also they are mixing scope, and they are mixing procurement. So like
Hmm.
they're saying it's an iteration, but there is a vendor, and
Hmm.
the vendor is late. So questions like these are coming, like so in agile also you can see procurement question. In agile you can see some question. So now you have to figure out, like, if is there a change request, or is it going to go to a backlog. So they just mix it. But I would say the major sections to do is like agile is the first one, then stakeholder communication was also there, and then teams is there, like, and definitely you'll get questions from all the sections, like cost and scope, and everything is coming. And then everything is every question is situation based. It was nothing like, I would say, like knowledge based question that came in my exam.
Hmm.
All were like scenario based questions.
Okay, all were scenario-based question. This is always a good thing to know
Yeah.
how basically you work into that. Okay, how you would say that as a working mom. Now, the current question is, as a working mom, how challenging it was to balance the work, and you are working in US, which means you have to cook yourself. You don't get a maid here, right? Everything work into that context. So how difficult it was, and how did you manage time for this thing? This is the important thing.
Yes, so like it took me a little long to get through this journey and to actually do the exam, because obviously, because of the my other commitments, I would delay things. But past 1 month, I really decided that I have to book the exam. As you said, that you have to book exam, only then you'll study. So I booked my exam, and I think from 18th or like 1st or 2nd August onwards, I started studying seriously and give time. So I would like wake up early and sleep late. And it was hard. Initially I was cooking, but the last 10 days I took off from my work, and then I was just studying around like 10-11 hours a day. And then cooking also I was managing, but like till 5 o'clock I would study in the house, and then my son would come, so my husband would leave me to the library, and then in the library I would study till 8 o'clock. And then I like my husband would pick me, and then I'll come home, and I will give food and everything. And then when my son sleeps around 10 o'clock, after that I would study 1 hour, and then I'll sleep. But then I'll always wake up early around like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Hmm. So it all comes down to that it's never one person thing, it's the entire effort of
Yeah.
you, your son, and the entire family working together to support it into that way so that
Yes,
all of you can get this thing, get this goal out of the way. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Samriddhi, how important it was my mastermind group and the batch groups that you were in, how important that was in your success?
Yes, sir. So the groups that we have, the community are like simply amazing, I think. anytime, I would say, like whenever I used to put a question, I would get an answer for that and with an explanation. And even if it's still not clear, I would, repeatedly ask and get clarity from like people in the group, and which are amazing. The one or two people were like really helpful, and they would always answer my question, so it is never like delayed or anything. So I think the community that we have in the mastermind group and the PMP other aspirant group and everywhere, you get to see like lot of explanations, and people are coming in to help each other, which is also an amazing thing.
Hmm. Hmm. So that's an amazing thing. Thank you. Thank you very much, Samriddhi. It has been an honor to work for you for some long time, more than I wanted. But I'm finally
Yeah.
happy that we ended on a positive note. And I wish you best of luck. And for every working mom here, if she can do it with such a hard schedule, when she actually got committed, I'm sure everyone can do that.